Good morning, everybody. You are currently listening to A Tall Girls podcast, hosted by a tall girl named India. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day, week, month, year so far. Before I get into this episode, I do want to say, make sure you are following me on my socials at A Tall Girls podcast on Instagram, TikTok, and Pinterest so that you can stay up to date on all of the latest podcast episodes and check out some super relatable, super hilarious tall girl content. The link for that will be in the description. And underneath that link, you will see a link to leave me a review. Make sure you do that. And let me know how tall you are. I'm genuinely curious. Also, since we're, being genuine right now, genuine question. Like, how are you doing? I feel like I'm constantly talking about me, myself and I, my life, my feelings, etc., etc. That I never ask about yours. And fun fact, I care about you. Like a lot. Oh my gosh. I need to stop doing this because you can't even respond to me. Well, I mean, you can. And if you did, you really invested in this. And I'm here for it. But it's not like we're actually having a conversation with each other. Why does that sound so bad? I'm one of those people that when I'm listening to something, it could be a podcast, it could be a video, or I don't know, like even when your friend sends you a voice note, that I will try to have a conversation with something that's not responding to me in real time. Like, I made side comments out loud, or they ask a question, like I'll answer it, but it's like they're not responding back to my answer. But I do that sometimes. So if you're that type of person who just randomly responds to videos, podcasts, voice notes, or whatever, that isn't going to respond to you, like, I feel you. I am that person too. Also, super random, out of nowhere, apparently the FedEx logo has like an arrow in it. What? This is from a long time ago, but I'm looking it up right now and I see a FedEx box that has like the FedEx logo in it. You know, the FedEx logo is just the words FedEx, but the words are like super close together, I guess you could say. I don't know. I'm taking this graphic communications class in school right now that literally doesn't even count to my degree, towards my degree. But you know what? It's an elective and I thought it would be interesting for my career. Maybe it would help me a lot, and it kind of did in a way. But anyways, we were doing logo types. I forgot what a logo type is, but I think it's just like words to make up the logo. Anyways, it's just similar to a logo for brands. And when this is an asynchronous class, so she just records her lectures and then posts them on Blackboard. Ew. I don't even know why I said ew. I think it's because I mentioned Blackboard. I hate Blackboard. If you know what Blackboard is, you know what I mean. But she was talking about the FedEx logo type. And the E and the X in FedEx, they're like close together to make an arrow. And I was like not aware of that. Apparently other people were. Like, because I passed by I'm laughing too much right now. I don't know what's going on. I was with my friends and we were passing by a FedEx truck. And I was like, ooh, let me just like be smart and just mention that there's an arrow because, they probably never knew either. And, I just gotta put them on. So I did that. They're like, oh yeah, we already know that. I'm like, wow. So I'm just the only one that's not educated or I'm just late to the game. I don't know. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go with that. I am late to the game. It's okay to be late, as least like I knew about it at some point because I am educated. But if you know a FedEx, if you have a FedEx where you are, you see the logo type, you can try to find that arrow. It could be like a little scavenger hunt. I'm rambling at this point. Anyways, back to the topic of me asking how you're doing. How are you doing? Genuinely. And you don't have to necessarily respond to this. this could just be, I don't know, some point where you just sit down and reflect and you just think about it. Just a question for you to think about going forward. Not only in this episode, after this episode, for the rest of your week, month, year, whenever you're listening to this. And if you ask how I'm doing in return, if you're like, yeah, I'm doing good, like, how are you doing? Like, I am fighting for my life here, full on swinging. And it's truly not the vibe. I am exhausted, dude. And coming off of my birthday weekend, like, yeah, you know, I had a great time. By the way, I'm on spring break from college. So I kind of had, what was it? I guess it was 8 days. It was the 5th to the 19th. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 9. Whatever. I just had a couple days to rest. And oh my gosh, that's embarrassing. I can't even do math. I had a couple days to rest and just hang out with people in general. Just go outside and talk to people from last semester that I've kept in touch with, and talk to new ones I met this semester, even see my old high school friend. And it was just nice to just be a human being instead of sitting at a laptop or sitting with my books and just working and schooling all day. So I felt like an actual robot doing that. And it was honestly refreshing. But now that I'm getting ready getting ready to go back tomorrow, I'm sitting here kind of regretting going outside as much as I did. Not necessarily going outside completely, but going outside as much as I did, because essentially I wanted to be outside every day. I wanted to do something every day, especially because the weather was so nice for a couple days during break. It was like a good 80-90 degrees and the sun was out. I was like, I have to enjoy stuff to be outside. So I'm not too mad about that. However, now that I'm looking at all my tasks and what I have to do, if you didn't know, I'm applying for a study abroad. I'll get into that probably next episode. I do updates because so much has been going on, and not everybody, it's literally just 1 or 2 people asking over DMs, but they're just like, oh my gosh, what happened with this, what happened with that? I was like, how many other people are genuinely interested in my personal life? So I'll just do an episode of that. But I really did forget what I was saying. Oh yes, being outside. A lot of the projects are like, their due dates are coming up, and it's kind of hitting me right now. Like, should I really have been outside as much as I was this spring break? Maybe I should have devoted a little more time to doing all of this and filling out applications, filling out acceptance forms and getting stuff together, yada. Because yesterday, I woke up at like 7ish, and I didn't go to sleep till 2:30 a.m. this morning, just trying to get much of my to-do list out the way. And I didn't even get it finished. You know? And going back to my birthday weekend, coming off of that, I was like, yeah, like, I'm excited. I'm ready to start a new chapter and do big things and see what life has to offer me. But the truth is, like, this is hard. This is so hard. And it caught me a little bit by surprise. So I was like, dang, you couldn't even give me like a full-on week before I started wanting to cry. But it truly does not get any easier. And you know, it should be expected. It is expected. Like, the older you get, the stronger you become. Obviously, the more you can handle. So when things start being thrown your way, it's kind of like you're almost prepared for it because you knew this was going to happen. And you've been through a lot of trials and tribulations growing up. So you're able to handle more because you've experienced a lot of it before. But geez, like, it didn't need to be that difficult. And I don't know, I just feel like I've been putting on this brave face for a very long time, you know, just smiling and pretending that everything is okay, I'm doing well, I'm happy, when in reality, this is just the most confused and the most stressed I've ever been in my entire life. And, you know, the other day I was hanging out with one of my friends and we were just talking. And I think I was talking to her about my study abroad. experience and yada yada yada. And she said, you know, you always have it together. You'll find a way to solve this. You always do. And that really had me thinking to myself, do people truly see me this way 24/7 all the time? Not 24/7 all the time, because I don't really see anybody 24/7 all the time except myself. But do people think that, the people I'm around, I should say, because they know me better, do they think that I always have it together? Do I have it all together? And yeah, by the way, this friend calls me a freaky giant. Yeah, should I drop her? Should I drop her as a friend? Let me know. But that's besides the point. I feel like I'm a literal mess right now. Not even right now, but for the past few months. For the past, I was gonna say weeks, but I was like, let me be realistic here. The past few months, I've been doing a lot of thinking over the past few months, and my brain is just running wild, and I feel like a mess. My mind is actually running a mile a minute, and I'm constantly overthinking. I'm internally screaming, wanting to punch, I don't know, the wall, punch the air. Yet I somehow manage to just look fine, like look put together, act as though everything is fine, okay, going my way, going well. I mean, I like to tell myself, yeah, everything is going my way, because good or bad, things are working in my favor, right? But I don't know if that's healthy, because I'm just holding so much in, so much rage. I wouldn't say rage. I'm not angry. Frustration. That's a good term. I'm holding a lot of frustration in, and I don't want to randomly explode in public. Especially in public. I shouldn't just want to randomly explode, period, but especially in public, because, you know, that brings back the days of ugly crying on the 13th floor in front of a bunch of people. And we don't want to be her again. We don't want to bring her back. But I also just don't feel like I have the time to just sit down and rest and take a break and think. Not even think, just stare at a blank wall. As weird as that sounds, I just really want to sit down and stare at a blank wall and not have to think about anything. Or maybe just process like everything that's happening, because it's just moving so fast. Life is moving so fast. But I can't even do that. And it makes me kind of mad. Like, my to-do list is getting longer and longer. Time just seems to be flying by faster. And my mind is constantly like, oh, I have to do this and I have to do that. And oh, that went wrong, so I have to fix that. Who can I reach out to? Can I send this email, set up this meeting, and do this and do that, and yada, yada, yada. And by the time the day is done, it's just time to go straight to sleep, you know? Like, I can't even say yesterday, because yesterday flowed over into today. 7 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. Come on, bro. Come on. And then I have to wake up the next day, or even the same day sometimes, just to smile in people's faces and have a conversation with them and be like, yeah, ha ha ha, and try to make jokes to lighten the mood, maybe so that I can laugh too and genuinely feel something besides tiredness and stress and stuff. And I feel like sometimes, like, those conversations just go absolutely nowhere. And it just doesn't add anything to my day or my life. And it can be frustrating, just trying to seem like everything is fine when on the inside you're kind of just falling apart. Like, even duct tape is not holding it together. The duct tape is not holding it together. And duct tape is strong. You gotta find some Gorilla Glue for that stuff. That's how bad it's falling apart. And I don't know what to do about it at all. Because, like I said before, there just seems like there isn't enough time in the day to just figure it out. And it's like, I don't know, what do you think? What should I do? You know, we're doing this self-reflection essay for one of my classes, and we had to do like these self-assessments or whatever that basically like you answer questions about your behavior, and it gives you, I don't know, like a response or something based on the question that you answer to determine like parts of your personality, yada yada yada. It's basically supposed to build self-awareness, and you're supposed to like learn certain things about yourself. And what I learned is one of my weaknesses is that I'm indecisive, which I'm finding to be so true. I used to think that I was such a decisive person. Yeah, I know exactly what I want. I know what I want to do. Yada, yada, yada. But in reality, I constantly ask my mom, what should I do about this? What do I do? I don't know what to do. Oh my God, just tell me what to do. Like, do I just... It's so bad. And I was so sure that I was a decisive person. But, you know, looking back, I'm not all that decisive. I'm always asking, like, what to do, what should I do, what decision to make, because I just feel like there's too many options and there's too many outcomes that can happen, if that makes sense. And it's like, is that truly what I want? I don't even know. I don't even have time to think about it. But in all reality, do I just keep going with the fake until you make it mentality, or actually allow myself to feel my feelings, just take a step back, which is time consuming from what I want to do, what I need to do? But do I take a step back to feel my feelings, just be vulnerable? Now that is scary, you know, feeling things and talking about feeling things. Yet here I am. I'm doing that right now. Not me being a hypocrite, but anyways, the point here is I'm just trying hard to keep it together, but I feel like I'm failing at that. And I'm exhausted trying not to fail at that. And this is just a reminder that not everyone always has it together. Not you, not me, certainly not me, not your friends, your parents, your neighbor, even your dog. Even your dog falls apart sometimes. It may be in a cute way, and it may be in a not super big way to you, but your dog does fall apart sometimes. And it's tough. And I understand, but I firmly believe that we can overcome any obstacles that life throws our way. And that's on period. Alright, I think I'm gonna end that there because I don't know what I'm saying at this point. Hopefully I got my point across about just being tired of just being strong all the time, 24/7, and not having a moment to just allow myself to be frustrated and be mad and be sad and just, I don't know. I'm so confused. I say that a lot. I don't know. I just don't know. And I feel like I should know. I feel like I should have it together, but I just can't. And I'm tired and I'm exhausted. But anyways, yeah, if you're feeling this way too, you're not alone. I'm here with you, and we're gonna have an epiphany one day and just figure out the answer to all of our problems. But yeah, I'm gonna end this episode here. Do hit me up on my socials at A Tall Girls Podcast. Let me know how you've been feeling, how you're doing, how life is going. Let's have a chit chat. I've been craving a honest, deep life chit chat with somebody. Maybe that person could be you. We'll see, I guess, in the coming weeks. And yeah, you're doing the best you can, and the best you can give is good enough. And that's on period. Okay, I'm officially gonna end it here. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good rest of your day, week, life, month, and year. And yeah, good night and goodbye.